Launchpad almost turns it into a video game. It's almost like playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and you're fighting against yourself. And because it shows you the percentage down at the bottom, you're constantly trying to work that, well, if you care enough, constantly trying to work that up higher and higher. And if you get, say, 10 questions wrong, you might have to take 100 questions to get it back up into the 90s. And again, it's meaningless because you only have to do a certain number of points in order to get the thing. But if you're trying to get a really good grade on a test, you figure if you're averaging 95% on there by the time you're done, you're averaging 95% in your exam.
One thing that I loved about the LearningCurve is that it'll tell you like what areas specifically that you need help in. So I use that as like a tool to go back into my book and everything to pretty much gain more knowledge on some stuff that I didn't know.
I think it definitely helped on my test, especially like the parts that I would struggle with on Launchpad, and it would make me repeat it and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. I'd see it on the test and be like, oh, I know this one. Like, I've seen it so many times now. I know this one. So I think that in like that aspect, it helped with the overall class.
But what my students like about LearningCurve is how individualized it is for them. So it's not just standard flashcards, you know, if you know it, you know it, if you don't, you don't. And that they can click to the ebook and have that access to the content, even without having to carry around a text. And so the ease of the technology.
To be honest, I loved the fact that you didn't always have to read it to figure out the key information. If like you were last minute, you could always do the test and you can figure out all the information. If you got it wrong, you eventually understand what was going on.
I hope that more programs like LearningCurve do come available so that other students and myself can learn and interact with them and be able to enjoy learning versus just sitting in a study and reading a book.